Okay, hey, this is Adhpa here. If you're new to the channel, Adhpa is the name I use for this exploration of energy, faculties, theories, and throwing tarot cards along with it to sort of see how it's going. So in the past, I have done a few prediction readings. They went off pretty well. Seems like if I stick to within a week period, I get a pretty good read from the cards of certain topics of what might happen in the next week. And so I thought, well, let's do a little bit bigger since there's a lot going on. People are, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty. So I thought I would do a read for next week, for this week's. This will post on Wednesday. So the reading is going to look at from the day that this posts and then a week ahead. So from Wednesday through Tuesday, what might be the most significant occurrences that we need to be aware of, and where we stand in relation to those things, and what we need to do, and what potential outcome is out there. So for highest good, we'll do a reading for if we approach the occurrences of the next week, looking for what would be the highest good for all of humanity. How is the read, what is the read going to direct us to? All right, so wait a second and I'll bring you down to have a look at the cards. This week, what we're going to do for this one, it's kind of a traditional prediction. I thought I'd use a more traditional Rider-Waite deck, and then we'll clarify, because of my natural connection to all things nature, I like to bring that in. So we're going to clarify with the animal spirit oracle cards. All right, hold on and I will bring you down. Alrighty, so always shuffle before I bring you down, but we'll have a little shuffle again here, and I gotta try to get I have a little different setup going on here today. It makes it a little bit awkward behind the screen here, but I think we got it sufficiently set up. Okay, so reading on the week ahead. That is the week that begins on March 30th and runs through April, 6th? Alrighty, what do the cards have to tell us for the week ahead? What do we need to know for highest good? What do we need to know about the coming week for highest good? That it would be for all being. It's a big question. Oh, okay. I want that one. All right. And the oracle cards for the clarifiers. What do we need to know for highest good for the coming week? We need to know for highest good. Ooh, the coming week. Oh, time for beginner mind. Oh, that's very interesting, isn't it? All right. Put that one on the top. It was the one they wanted. And let us see. What do the cards have to say? Make sure we got the deck the right way up. Yep. Okay, 8 of Pentacles reversed. This is generally a card of mastering tasks for well-being. So when you find it in reverse, it usually means there's either mastery is not available to us at this time, or we are not doing what we need to master it, or we're not putting in the work perhaps, or perhaps we're putting in the work, but in such a way as it's not creating the well-being. But there is a certain amount of being focused on it, maybe even obsessed about certain things that aren't bearing fruit. And that is clarified, as we said, time for beginner mind. So this is a mastery card. This is like saying now is not the time to consider yourself having mastered the task. This is a time for beginner mind. We are being set back to a beginning. All that diligence and work that went into the old ways is not bearing the fruit. It's not creating well-being for the highest good. We have to rethink. This is a time for beginner mind. That's very interesting. Okay. Challenge. Oh, wow. That's pretty clear. 10 of Swords. Swords is that suit of the mind, thoughts. This is the challenge is putting to bed those old ideas. You gotta take out the prophet, the teacher, right? I mean, you don't take them out, but you have to become your own master. You can't let these ideas and beliefs and concepts that you've attached to yourself be your master. They'll kill you. They are. It's time to put a sword in the back of the old ways of thinking. It's only brought us to this point where we're not manifesting well-being. So that's the challenge, is how to get people to let go of those systems and beliefs. And that's clarified by Lizard Spirit. Dream the world into being. So what that's saying is give up all those old ideas. They're attached to this uncompassionate, unattached energy, and they're keeping you from actually bringing the world that you want into being. It's challenging. That's the challenge. Do we have control of? Oh, the moon. Okay, so in this position of, what we had control of, what we do have control of is this. It's howling at the moon, the lunacy. In a way, you could say we have control of how we are taking that energy of the dark in the dark and allowing it to run us, to drive us into a lunacy. So this challenge of getting rid of these old ideas is going to be difficult for humanity to face. And there will be people who lose their minds. But we have control over that. That is something we each individually have to open up the pathways within our own being to accept change, challenge our delusions, be willing to be unattached to those when it comes to something for highest good. And this is clarified by Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough. This is the thing, the sun and the moon, the eclipse, we require them both. And again, it's not really dualistic because it's not dark and light. It's shades between those as you go from them. It's a scale. And what the moon really represents is those, when you go out into a full moon, and you look at things, you will see them differently. They appear different. So there is a revealing of sorts that occurs with that moon card. And it's, so what can we reveal to ourselves that doesn't break our mind, you know? So this is the thing we have the control over, how we deal with it mentally. And part of that is by always knowing there is always enough. Recent events affecting this, King of Pentacles. This is a person, being, or ourselves that is directing outer actions of well-being. In this case, what this represents is there was good directors for well-being. This was in the past. We've stopped directing actions of well-being in a good way for the collective. There were times in the past when we did it. There are ways to do it. We know those ways. We have that knowledge. Are we going to bring it into this situation and use it again is the question. And that is clarified by Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So, you know, I often say, if my theory has any validity, it is only expressed in results. That is, if I'm living the ways that I'm discussing how to live and it turns into a positive result for me, that is an indicator. If the results aren't there, it's an illusion. And what this clarifier is saying, and with this card, is that we know these ways. We know we have to direct the our own external actions to increase the well-being of all and the good. We know that. And we know how to do it. It's based on results. So we have to stop looking at the illusions and look at what's real. And bring that into the current. What is it that we can't control in the situation? This is the Five of Swords. That's abuse of power. That's people who are at that 5 instead of the 10 in the mind. They're still using their beliefs and systems to be a bully, to take things from other people, to, you know, not acting for the good of all, forcing other people to abandon any collusion or working with them. You know, they're going away. So yeah, he's got his beliefs, but he's lost all the relationships. So that's something that we can't control, people who are going to do that in that abuse of power. And that's clarified by Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. You know, these people who've abused power and are abusing power now have abused power in the past. There's nothing new about this, and we can't control it. These people are at a 5 when they need to be at a 10, and they're just going to be the way they are, and it's going to do what it does. What we are doing now, our intentions, where our attentions are going, is the 10 of Pentacles. And that's what we've asked for. We want to know, what would it take to bring a fulfillment of well-being, of highest good for all? And that's what this represents, that inheritance, legacy, well-being, fulfilled well-being, fullness of well-being. And that's clarified by Dog Spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Because in this well-being, it's all about family, relationships, nature, everything coming together, architecture, home. It's all coming together in that well-being. And be loyal to what you love. And it's all tied up in love. We have this intention to bring great love and well-being to all. How we see ourselves in relation, King of Swords. This is the external director of actions of thought. So beliefs, communications, legal, intellectual pursuits. We see ourselves as directing our own beliefs. These ones that we have to look at and assess. But this card shows that we think we are directing them. That's how we see ourselves in this. Clarified by Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. So, we see ourselves as being directors of our belief system. We've got this, and things are moving quickly. We see ourselves as making rapid mental changes, I think, and new communications and actions as a result of that. The environment in which we sit, the star. The star can be, literally we're asking for the highest good for all here. This literally could be we sit in the cosmos. We're in an environment of the whole entire cosmos. It's also one of wishful thinking. So, there's an environment of wishing upon a star, waiting for someone to save us, looking for, but that's not happening. Everything is being poured out from the cosmos on the earth and on the water as it's meant to be. This is what the star does. The energy comes down from the star. Remember, the cups represent energy in the way that I read this. So we're in the cosmic environment. As clarified by Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. Oh, that's interesting. So I say that in this reading, that's clarifying it by saying, we always want to get from here to there, but in between here and there is the in between. That's the journey. That's the path. We can't just wait for someone to save us. We have to experience that wait. And so what this is saying is that the environment is which we sit is there is some cosmic influence here, which we should be experiencing every moment for what it is in this time, in a sense. Hopes and fears, strength. We've got a lot of higher arcana in this reading. This is a powerful reading. And of course, yes, hopes and fears. People's strength. People feel like their strength is waning or they need a new strength. Often it's spring. It brings in a new strength. I myself have been doing a lot of gardening and work in preparation for planting. And so it's given me a lot of time out in the sun and it invigorates me. I feel better, stronger. So, if you're having trouble this week with your sense of strength, just follow your heart, go sit in the sun, let it rejuvenate you, get that precious D vitamin, and just enjoy the earth. Clearly we have these concerns, and it's clarified by the owl spirit. You see clearly now. So I think people know that some people know their strength is waning and are concerned about their strength, and some people know their strength is strong. Whatever it is you're getting on that, follow your guidance to do what you need to do to rest and recuperate and strengthen, or to exercise the strength that you have in a good way for highest good. And the outcome, Two of Wands. And look, this man looking over his globe. So, we are coming together. Wands are passion. I don't see a huge event happening over the next week, but I think people are coming together in their passions, and they're starting to look at the world in a new way and look to new opportunities out of what's coming. And that's clarified by Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. So it looks to me like this is a good week to be contemplative. Look at the earth, spend time with the earth, Consider your beliefs. Look at those things that aren't serving you. Really take that bull by the horns and get prepared, because something is coming. But it's not this week. What's coming this week is time to rejuvenate, take some time out, start to strengthen and prepare yourself. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. That means there's a lot of passions flowing about, stuff coming in, passionate messages, energies, information, things coming out of the sky, one after the other, for the week. But I don't see any big, huge ones, one after the other, one after the other. It's going to challenge our belief systems and have us really thinking about things. Oh, and clarified by, we got one that came in upside down. This is armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. So I would say that you're going to need those healthy boundaries, because whatever's coming over the next week is going to challenge them. It's going to challenge your boundaries, healthy boundaries. And it ended up being a time to really stop, consider, find your partner, take the time out, heal, strengthen. It's going to be a good week for that. But also expect a lot of different incoming news items that may be challenging your boundaries. All right, hold on and I'll bring you back up and we'll close it out. All right, so I think that was a pretty interesting read for the week. Definitely have a look at it. Leave me a comment, like and subscribe, and share this if you like it and you want other people to see it. It really helps. I need subscribers to get this stuff out there. I mean, I'll do it anyway. I'm not doing this for any money or anything. It's just my experiment. But I would like to get feedback and any interaction anyone wants to do in terms of what we look at for the week. So, very interesting week. Looks like it's a week that's going to challenge belief systems, and really for highest good, we need to step back and really look at those and take the time to reflect to make those changes. There looks like there'll be a lot of news and messages coming, those things out of the blue over the next week. Some people might read that king in the past as a certain politician. I don't know. I read those cards really as about internal, external direction to the read. Could be, could be. Is there something he's personally facing? I don't know. Don't know. But something is definitely going to happen over the next week that is going to challenge healthy boundaries. That's interesting. So we shall see. Leave me, like I said, a comment, and I'll try to address it in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in a week. All right. Love you. Thanks.